What's up, y'all? It's your girl Sasha P back at it again, bringing you real gardening, good food, and entertainment. I had something on my mind, so I figured I would share. You know how people say, forgive them. Forgive them for doing this or doing that. Forgive them so you can move on with your life. Forgive them so that you don't block your own blessings. But what I'm starting to realize is that we don't stress self forgiveness enough. I think that's really important. And as a 38-year-old mother of three, I'm starting to see that self forgiveness is really the key to happiness. Y'all, we all make mistakes. Ain't nobody perfect. And I just feel like nowadays, especially, we can be too hard on ourselves. But if you think about it, if you did not make that mistake, you wouldn't have learned the lesson. And we have people in society nowadays that take it easier on the next person, but be super hard on themselves. And that ain't cool. It's 2024, and you have to think different and move different in order to get different. But me, myself, I have been hard on myself. And I had to sit back and say, Sasha, you didn't know all this was going to happen. You did not know all this was going to take place. And when I was down, like really down, I would like say, ooh, you know, you shouldn't have done this. You shouldn't have done that. But in reality, I had no clue what I was doing in the first place. It's time to start forgiving yourself. It's time to be easier and more gentle with yourself, because at the end of the day, who else do you have? I've seen people come and go. I've had friends that I thought was going to be my friend forever that are no longer like I don't even talk to them. It's just like we strangers now. That's life. Let's stop forgiving the next person before we forgive ourselves. Because in life, ain't nobody perfect. You got folks walking around holding all this baggage and holding all this trauma in. Don't want nobody to know that they got all this stuff going on in their life just because they want to put on this poker face and be Little Miss or Little Mr. Perfect. No, it does not work that way. We all got something going on. And trust me, life has been lifing for everybody. You got those people who can pick themselves up by the bootstraps and keep going. And you got those people who just stay stuck in a rut and stuck in a cycle of dysfunction, toxic relationships, all because they haven't forgiven themselves for the things that they accepted. Let's not do that anymore. Let's take some time and evaluate where we messed up. Sometimes we know that it ain't right, but we accept it anyway. Sometimes we go out with people and we continue to go out with people knowing that it ain't gonna work. We just stick in it. We just stay around just to say, you got somebody, so to speak. As a mother of three, it's really hard sometimes to accept the fact that we are in a certain situation and we wouldn't have been in that situation had it not been for some of the decisions that mommy made. But I'm not perfect. I'm only human. We are all going through something. Trust and believe it. Don't let nobody tell you that their life is perfect, because it ain't. And the older I get, I realize that I need to self reflect and see where I went wrong. And once you see where you went wrong and you accept the fact that you might have let too many things slide, you might have, a bunch of unresolved things that ain't never gonna get right. And you just gotta accept that. Forgive yourself before you even forgive the next person. Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Life does go on. It does get better. Regardless of what you got going on, just know that there is always going to be somebody judging you. There is always going to be somebody talking about you. There is always going to be somebody downing you. There is always going to be somebody with something to say that have absolutely no clue what it took for you to pull yourself out of that hole. Forgive yourselves for the times that you thought that these people were your people. Okay? Not everybody is your people. And you can sit back and look now and say, ooh, red flag, red flag, red flag. At the time, you didn't know that was a red flag. At the time, you didn't know you was dealing with somebody who is not mentally capable of changing, or at the time you didn't know that this person was going to stab you in your back. A lot of times we come in blindsided. You know what I'm saying? Or not even that. A lot of times we come in with a pure heart, pure intentions, and then we get done wrong. You got to face the fact that sometimes you are going to be done dirty. And that person don't even know they did it. Just like, in the Bible it says, forgive them for they know not what they do. Some people don't know what they're doing to you, but they continue to do it. Some people are never going to change. Some people are never going to apologize. And you just got to live with that. Accept that. Forgive yourself for staying in that situation. But you got to let it go. Let's stop repeating these cycles, y'all. It's a new year. It's a new dawn. And it's a new day. It can be hard sometimes to look at yourself and realize that you were the problem. Some of us are holier than thou, can't do no wrong, won't admit that they're wrong. And that's when you have to say, I'm not going to accept it. Self-forgiveness. Sometimes another person ain't got nothing to do with it. It ain't on another person to make you happy. It ain't on another person to make you whole. You have to be whole first by yourself. You came into this world by yourself. And you're going to go by yourself. Stop being so hard on you. I just want to tell somebody, because I know somebody needs to hear this. Have more grace with yourself. Have more patience with yourself. Ain't no telling what tomorrow gonna bring. Stay prayed up and just ask the Lord to lead you in the direction that you need to go. And just know that you're gonna make more mistakes. Because as long as you here, stuff is gonna happen. People gonna leave you. Some people gonna stay there. You're gonna find the ones that are meant to be in your life. It may have taken a whole war in order for you to get to the promised land, but you will get there. Let's be more gentle with ourselves. Let's be more kind to ourselves. Let's watch how we talk to ourselves, because for every negative thought that you have, you can turn it into a positive thought. That's just human nature. In life, we're going to sit up and think about stuff, shoulda, coulda, woulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda. The past is the past. Let's be more present in the moment. Let's just try to do better with ourselves. I've been YouTubing for almost 10 years. And at one point in my life, this is a true story. At one point in my life, I was pouring into so many different cups, encouraging so many different people, but I wouldn't get none of that back. That was a mistake on my part, always trying to be the one to uplift the next person, but not receiving nothing in return. And I almost deleted my whole YouTube channel. I kid you not. I probably was at, I don't know, I don't even think I was at 1,000 subscribers yet, but I was in such a toxic environment that I wasn't even allowed to be creative, and that really did bring me down. Looking back, I did not know. I did not know that I was in a toxic environment. I didn't know. I just thought I was, being the perfect little submissive wife, all this stuff like that. But sometimes that's just not the way it's supposed to go. You'll know. You'll know if it's where you're supposed to be. Look at your present situation. Look where you are now. Let's focus on growth. Let's focus on being humble as well. Let's focus on keeping our cup full first before we pour into anybody else. And I know that's really hard, especially when you got kids, because you have to take care of your kids, period. But anybody else that's not helping you out, anybody else that's not building you up and trying to uplift you, trying to encourage you, we can't have that in 2024. Let's forgive ourselves for the times that we fell short. This year, y'all, I challenge you to be more aware of when you're not your best self or not your highest self. You're not feeling your best. Be more aware of that and just try to be more gentle with yourself. That's it. Forgive yourself for your past mistakes and just try to do better. That's pretty much all I got, y'all. Let's practice self-forgiveness. Let's take those lessons. Let's do what we need to do with that lesson and let that make us better in the long run. Because at the end of the day, life been lifing for everybody. Please, let's not feed into the fact that some people want to put on a perfect face all the time, like everything is going perfect in their lives. No. We all got stuff going on. I just happen to be one of those people who I refuse to let it get me down. And don't get it twisted. I'm still learning this process. I've had to learn a lot of things on my own. I wasn't taught some of this stuff. So, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Look in the mirror. Thank the Lord for another day. And keep it moving. Keep grinding. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. And I'll see y'all on the next one.